Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njero. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here that any other time we have a man on board, the man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. But because today we have a man, I will tell you the kind of woman he is looking for. But before then, if you're watching us for the first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches. And the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destiny. So you're not lost. If you're new to the show, kindly subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. Also, the contacts of our guests are posted on my Facebook page at Jenganjero. So if you have not followed Jenganjero on Facebook, you can follow and you will be getting these updates in real time. Our guest on today's show is an Italian 59-year-old man. And you could be asking yourself, why is a 59-year-old man single? For those of you who have been here for quite some time, you know that on this channel, we do not discriminate against anybody. We do not discriminate on the basis of race, religion, gender, social status, everything else, irrespective of where you come from. We feature you on the show, provided we can verify that you are single. And I am speaking about today's guest because I told you that distance notwithstanding, from wherever you are, if you want us to air your story, you can let us just know. Because one thing is that once we post your contacts on our stories, there are so many people who can get interested and they will contact you. Then who knows, one thing can lead to another. We have seen people getting matched on our show, and as of today we are celebrating more than 400 families. Soon will be 500 families, 1000, 2000, and more, because what we believe in is that the family is the basic unit of life, just like a cell, and this is where great men and women are raised. Okay, so our guest on today's show is in the country right now. He is in the country and he is a missionary. He came to Kenya in the year 2017, exactly after, or let me use the word immediately after the general elections, and that is when he came to Kenya. It's been a good place. He has gone to different parts of the country, and right now he's in a place called Kirinyaga, Kagumo, something. Kirogoya, yeah. Kirogoya. He is currently in Kirogoya. They are they are writing a documentary on the bull farming. It's called the Kirinyaga bull something. They are doing a documentary on how people from that part of the country use bulls to plow their farms. Okay, how they are used. There is a chain behind. They can be able to do agriculture. They are doing a documentary. He's been there for the last 6 months doing a documentary and penning down a book, because he's two things. He's an agriculturist and he is also a missionary. When we were growing up, one could have confused that one who comes from Italy, in fact his name is Vin, if you come from Italy, most people used to think that you are from the Roman Catholic Church, okay? Because the capital of Italy is Rome, and the Roman Catholics have taken dominion. They are very dominant in Italy, and one could be thinking that if one is a Christian from Rome, if one is a Christian from Italy, chances are very high that the man chances are very high that the man is probably a Christian who is a Catholic. Okay, but true to the fact is that they are still Pentecostals, the ones you call evangelicals. They're still there. He's one of them. He's spreading the gospel. He has been in 9 African countries. If I will not be able to name them down, he's been in Tanzania, Uganda, Sudan, left Ethiopia because of the civil war. He has been in South Africa. He was in North Africa. I don't know, either Nigeria or Ghana. Those two countries. Has been in 9 African countries, and in all of these countries, he has been able to redeem himself as a missionary, leaving impact, distributing books, giving help to those who need it, clothing, food, shelter to them that need. He's also an enthusiast of agriculture. If he comes into Turkana County, for example, he will teach those people on ways to improve agriculture, on how the livestock can be watered, how to get the means of supplying water. If he is in Kirinyaga, he will be able to set the pace on how agriculture should be done, how irrigation can be monitored, such things. Okay, it is not just evangelism. It is a matter of looking at a position of, looking at a position of helping people. He wants to leave them at a point or at an age of advantage, that we preach to you, we teach you agriculture, we teach you means of livelihood, and then you can carry on from there. Because Christianity is a responsible faith. You share responsibilities with God. You don't leave everything to God. Okay, when your part is committed, the integrity of God is committed to respond. In other words, like the everything that God has given us as an assurance is not a promise, it is a covenant. When your part is met, his integrity is committed to respond. He will act when you act. Okay, you meet your part of the deal, his part of the deal will be done too. And that is what Vin has been trying to do alongside other missionaries. He's been able to merge with other African missionaries. He's been able to build networks. Theirs is a licensed, registered movement. So whatever they are doing, if they are living Kenya, but I've been asking him, now that you've been in 8 countries, Kenya being the ninth country, are you living Kenya? Are you living? He said it looks like he has settled. And have you heard this saying that he who laughs last laughs best? Heard of that saying? In other words, like, if you have the privilege of laughing last, maybe you will be the one who laughs best. And what he's looking for right now is the possibility of settling down, because at the age of 59 you could be asking yourself, why is the man single? The man is single because he was married and they had a son, but they succumbed to an accident very long time ago, around 30 years ago. Succumbed to an accident. He said it was not easy to move on, because the kid was, I think, months old, their firstborn son. And it's unfortunate he was left like that. And then he gave his life to do missions, and and because what we have been doing on the show is something that can be, trusted, something that is authentic, something that people love. Imagine you are coming to a platform where you're not coerced, you are not influenced. Love this one, love this one. No, we give you the space and the room to make an independent decision, independent of our influence. That I post your contact out there and you will be the one choosing. I don't even know who picked the contact. So what happens is that you pick the contact the guest at your own convenient time. If you are accepted, well and good. That's how we do not have any influence whatsoever. That's why we do not have any influence whatsoever. And I'm looking forward to more and more interactions. I'm looking forward to see that, because he's a widower. I've told you that he's a widower and he wants to settle here. And if that deal works out in Kirinyaga, he will be, I've told you he's an agriculturalist, he will be able to look at the possibility of having, let's say, a farm or something here in Kenya, and then they can do missions together. So that woman has to be born again. The woman has to be not a pushover in matters Christianity, because this is vital. Okay, this is very, 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 very important to him. It's very important to him. Another thing, you should be somebody who loves agriculture. You don't have to farm with your own hands, but you have to be at least somebody who loves the art, because agriculture is also an art. And maybe you can be moving from one place to another, benchmarking. How is other farmers doing? How are they doing? How are they progressing? How is their produce? And things like that. If you want Vin, I'll post his contact on my Facebook page, Jenganjero. You look at the stories, okay? You click where they are supposed to be click. You click on the profile picture, you see the stories and the contacts running. You can pick the one you want at your own convenient time. And the reason I keep on encouraging people, you should be able to subscribe and enable the notification bell. Any other time I release a new video, YouTube automatically notifies you. And the moment you're notified, you are able to pick the contact at your own convenient time before it elapses, because again the contacts will disappear just like WhatsApp status. They expire in 24 hours. Are we together? Yes. Another thing, the guy is looking for a woman who is between the ages of 35 and 40. Strictly. 35 and 40. If you're 41, he won't pick. If you're 30, 34, maybe that's negotiable, but anything younger, but not anything older. Why is he saying so? Because at the age of, in his 30s, I told you they had one son and a wife. They succumbed to a train accident. They are back in Italy. And what happened is that he's looking forward to get at least two babies, one or two babies. And once he get a baby, then he can continue the missionary work and the legacy of farming. Whatever he wants to do will be tied under his name, because he's not going back to his country. The only reason he's going back to his country is to visit. You see the way some of you have settled in major towns. Let's say somebody is settled in Nakuru. Let's say somebody is settled in Kisumu or Mombasa or Nairobi. And Nairobi being the city, probably this is not your home, but maybe you bought and built. But that is not your village, it's not your hometown. If you want to go to your hometown, you just go there when you have occasions. That is exactly what Vin wants to do, because he has always wanted to travel. So if you're interested, you just know that you're not going back to Italy. He will be settling in Kenya. He has chosen this country. And then, if you want to get the validity of this information on who he is, and I can invite him to my office. I told you that our office is in Kasarani. I can always invite him if you want to see him in person. If you want a follow-up, we can always do that. You can call the other missionaries. He has given us a number of referees, people they are doing mission work together in Kenya. So if you're 35 to 40, you're interested, please get in touch and you'll be able to get him. Okay? So yes, that's Vin, and I hope that he is able to get a good match from our show. I wish him well, and to every other single person who is looking for a match, hoping to get the best of the best, may you get the best and forget the rest. Until next time, this is Jengen. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Like the videos and don't forget to leave a comment. Bye bye. God bless.